Now we move on to a whole different category of word problems called consecutive integer word problems. Now consecutive means right after one another. So when I have consecutive integers, they might be something like 5, 6, and 7. When you have something like consecutive even integers, we're talking about something like 12, 14, 16. When you have consecutive odd integers, you have something like 9, 11, and 13. Odd numbers that are right after one another. Now, algebraically, we want to represent these using variables. So instead of 5, 6, 7, I'm going to say consecutive integers can be written as x plus 1, the number right after it, and x plus 2, the number right after that, and dot, dot, dot. We could have x plus 3, x plus 4. When I have consecutive even integers, that will be represented by x plus 2, because I'm adding 2 to go from the 12 to the 14, followed by x plus 4, and dot, dot, dot. And then for consecutive odd, it will be x plus 2 again, and x plus 4 again. Do not go x plus 1 and x plus 3, because notice to go from 9 to 11 you added 2, and to go from 11 to 13 you added another 2. Anytime the word even or odd is present, you'll be using the x plus 2 pattern, and whenever the word even or odd is missing and you just have plain consecutive integers, you're using the x plus 1, x plus 2 pattern. So what I have right there is kind of like a code list to help you get started with these problems. Now, the sum of two consecutive odd integers. When you see two consecutive odd integers, you're thinking x and x plus 2. Sum, however, tells us we're going to be adding these together. So we're going to have x plus the x plus 2 is 52. Now the parentheses serve no purpose in this case because there's no number out in front of them. You could say there's a 1. So I'm going to move straight on to combining like terms. 2x plus 2 is 52. And then I'm going to subtract 2 on each side of the equation. That gives me 2x is equal to 50. And finally, dividing by 2, I get x is equal to 25. Notice that we got an odd number, and it did say we were dealing with two consecutive odd integers. Now, 25 is not our only answer. The other value was going to be 2 more than that, 27. Those are my two consecutive integers whose sum, if you notice, you add them together, is 52. Moving on here. The perimeter of a triangle is 96. Okay, I'm going to draw myself a triangle really quick. The perimeter is 96. The length of the sides can be represented by consecutive integers. So I'm going to have x plus 1, and x plus 2 as my three sides. We know that perimeter is an addition word. So I'm going to have x plus 1, and x plus 2 all being added up. This is a little bit of an unconventional way to add them, but why not? And they should add up to a perimeter of 96. I'm now going to straighten out my paper because it went crooked on me. Subtract 3 on each side of this equation, and that will leave us with 3x is equal to 30. Let's try that again. 3x is equal to 93. I'm one step ahead of myself here. Dividing by 3 now will give me x is equal to 31. Now find the measure of the sides. My three sides are going to be, not drawn very well, 31, 32, and 33. If you wanted to write them out algebraically and said the x plus 1 is equal to 32 that way, and x plus 2 is equal to 33 like that, you're more than welcome to. And technically, I guess I should write the word inches after each of these, putting the unit into each of my solutions.